Okay, enough of that. You heard the title, you know what it is, you heard the theme, so let's get it cracking. And Phoenix here, guys, and today I'm going to do a review of the one, the only, One Punch Man! You already saw this coming, don't lie. But before I get to that, I'm going to share a little history behind it. I'm very excited, I'm very hot, and I'm sorry, it's like 90 degrees in this house. Anyways, it was originally created by an amateur artist named One it was a webcomic. And if you go on the Wikipedia of One Punch Man, you'll see like the animation version of the characters and then like the webcomic version, and holy crap, there's a difference. Like, wow. But the concept is still the same. The animation company that produced One Punch Man until we know it is now is called Studio Madhouse. And of course, most of you anime lovers know that name because they created Hunter x Hunter and Death Note. I had to think about it. Wow. I kind of did it. And of course, the artist still has the rights to the show and all the things like that. But yeah, okay, enough of that. Let's go. The story takes place on basically this Pangea type country. They don't have in their world. They don't have continents. They have just one giant country, and it's sectioned off into different cities. You know. And the story for our hero Saitama takes place in City Z in particular. Saitama he was originally an average everyday man, okay? He wore a suit for a while. He was just very carefree. He was like imagine a guy who's weightlifted for a couple years but doesn't take the protein pills, the stuff that makes you really big. But that's basically what his form looks like. Unlike Saitama and other shonen anime characters, his backstory is so simple. Like, he became a hero because he can, and because he was bored, and because he just wanted to. That's literally his backstory. So if you're a villain, you ask him his backstory, that's what you're gonna get. Don't get mad. That's his backstory. That's basically it. And already, just hearing that, you can already tell that this show isn't going to be like most shonen animes you see. Most anime superheroes or main protagonists, their backstories are revealed later on. And they're always dramatic and heartbreaking, like they were orphaned or they watched their family die or something like that. Saitama's I just felt like it. Like, I don't care. And that's basically his thing. He felt like being a hero just because he can. And in the show, the villains and some of the main characters kind of make fun of it. Some of them even get mad that he's a hero for fun, and that's it. His intentions to be a hero aren't very honorable because everybody else's intentions are because I have this great power, I must use it, or I saw something bad happen, or the cruelty of this world is too much. He's just, whatever. Doesn't care. And the entire show, he has that carefree attitude through that entire show. And I think that's what makes me love him the most, is because of his carefree attitude. I think that's why the fandom in general loves him a lot, because of he's just like, I'm just here for fun, but it's okay. But enough to be fangirling over this guy. I'm gonna give you like a brief little summary of it, since I kind of already did. Basically, it's a world where you fight monsters. Monsters are attacking randomly, no one knows why. Their activity has increased, and the Hero Association was created 3 years ago to help train, deploy, and test superheroes to combat the increase of crime and the increase of monster activity. That's the only reason why they're created. And it kind of centers around that a little bit. And like later in the second half of the season, it centers around the association, but the first half just introduces you to the world, the crazy characters, the crazy monsters you meet. And in the first episode, you get Saitama's backstory when he's fighting this Piccolo-looking ripoff thing that is supposed to be Mother Earth's, I guess, cure for her virus, which is us. We're her virus, apparently. And he starts destroying stuff, and he tells he asks Saitama, "Who are you?" So I know who I'm killing. And he tells him, and he's just like, "I'm here for fun." Meanwhile, this villain just gave his entire backstory about how he was created and how he's the cure for this virus and these plagues of humans. You've tortured her long enough. I hear he's saying things like this, and after he says this, and he asks Saitama his backstory, he gets one punched, and that's it. That's the end of the guy's character arc. That's it. He's dead. Shortly afterwards, we meet the one that everybody loves, Genos, the cute, lovable, reckless, arrogant, cyborg 19-year-old boy who almost gets himself killed, I think, the first 2 minutes he's on screen because he was being reckless and stupid. I think the first 2 minutes on screen. For those of you who've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And Saitama saves him with his showing off his strength, and Genos wants to be his disciple. Now, pause for a minute. If somebody you just met wants to be your disciple, wouldn't you be a little concerned at how quick they were to, follow you? But no. Saitama just, he says okay, and that's it. And he wasn't expecting Genos to come back the next day at his door, knocking on the door, saying master. I'm like, dude, think things through next time? Maybe? Just a little bit. But the rest of the show kind of focuses on Saitama trying to find someone strong enough to combat his ability. Like someone who can take his punches, someone who can have a real brawl with, someone who at the end of the fight, they're both collapsing in pain. Like, not just the enemy, both Saitama and whoever he's fighting. And that's kind of what the series centers around. It hints at it, doesn't just blatantly just tell you, but when you watch the series, you can kind of pinpoint that he's looking for somebody who's stronger than him, or strong as him, or someone to make him go all out. And you kind of see a glimpse of that when he has a dream. I'm not going to tell you the dream's actually kind of cool. And if you look up Caillou grew up in the hood or whatever, you'll find the dream somewhere. And it's actually pretty funny, in my opinion. But besides that, they do talk about Hero Association, like I said. I probably should explain the classes. There are 4 classes. Class C is the weakest. B is you're not weak, but you're not really strong yet. A is you're pretty strong. And C is holy hell, we're gonna call you when Armageddon is at the door. That's the 4 classes you got. And many people, I thought that Saitama was gonna get S class, but no, he doesn't get S class. I'm not gonna tell you what he gets. He doesn't get S class. Oddly enough, his disciple gets S class, but it just the whole scene, just how they do it, it's perfect to me. When you watch the anime, you're gonna laugh more than you expect because how the animators do draw people's faces, how the characters react, the things that they say, just it's like the icing on the cake. It is perfect. And the other main thing that makes One Punch Man such a good show and entertaining to watch for all-time anime lovers is because it pokes fun of shonen cliches, and that is the best for me. I mentioned earlier the backstories in this anime. If your backstory is dramatic, it's kind of played off for laughs in a way. And the best example I can give you is Genos' backstory. When he's trying to tell Saitama his backstory and why he became what he is or who he is or whatever, he kind of trails on. Some shonen animes, it's a long story. It's just dragged on for literally no reason at all. Or they tell you the story in the first couple seconds, and then they kind of just add more detail, or they repeat themselves over and over and over again. That's kind of what Genos does. And as the audience, you get annoyed at that. Saitama got annoyed, and it was perfect. He's sitting there tapping his leg, getting just like, hurry up, dude. And of course, the classic showing scenes within the backstory. We all know it happens. We've all seen it happen. We all wish it didn't happen, but it happened. One of those really weird animes where they'll show you the scene. Like, they basically show the backstory in a flashback. But in a flashback, but then the character says the story all over again right after the flashback, or they're talking during the flashback. Yeah, they poke fun of that too. And and just the way they do it is just perfect to me. And the other thing is they poke fun of the other cliche. There's several cliches, mind you. The other cliche they kind of poke fun of is the power of friendship will always win. No, it doesn't. Because in most shonen animes like Sailor Moon or Fairy Tail or maybe Hunter x Hunter, maybe some Dragon Ball Z depending on the time which one you're watching, the heroes are always defeated. Like, I thought I heard my dog. They're always like on the verge of defeat, but they somehow muster up the power of friendship by everyone cheering, "My heart is with you, you could do it!" And they kamikaze the freaking villain, and you're just like, what? And if you watch anime for a long time, you know this is gonna happen. You just know it. And it is so annoying. Many of you out there, I can tell, would love to see a character overcome these enemies without having to rely on the power of freaking friendship. It's just so annoying. Just don't do that. Don't do it. Just actually have them actually have to think about what they're gonna do. Be creative, you know. Whatever happened to that? But no. But in this anime, they squash all that. And the best example I think of is this character named Moomin Rider and the Sea King. Now, the Sea King is this really, really buff sea creature thing, basically, with big lips for some reason. And all of the heroes who have tried to stop this guy have either been really injured or quote-unquote knocked out, which in their world, I'm pretty sure just means unconscious. The one guy was ripped in half, and he ain't coming back. But Genos had to try. He's about to die for the umpteenth time. And Moomin Rider comes in and like throws his bike, and he stands his guard. And even with everyone cheering, and Moomin Rider saying, "I can do this, I can do this," he gets put in the hospital. Just immediately. Not even 5 seconds. He's just immediately put in the hospital. And I felt bad for that character, but at the same time, it's like the demon cyborg is about to die, and you thought you had a chance. Okay, yeah, okay. I kind of laughed. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just the show favors power over willpower. Just because you believe you can do it doesn't always mean you have the capability to do certain things. And I know that goes against the cliche, if you believe you can do it. And sometimes, yes, other times, if you don't have the ability to do it, don't do it. That's like me believing I can be a scientist without having any science courses, without having any sort of scientific degree of any kind. That's not how that works. If you don't have the capability to do it, either work hard to get it, or try to find another way to do it. But they kind of poke fun of that in the anime, which I thought was actually pretty rewarding. Not gonna lie. The other cliche they poke fun of is villains. I mentioned one earlier. This one is the villainous gloat that we all know and love. It's not even just in shonen anime. It's in any anime whatsoever. Any animation studio has done this before. DC's done it. Marvel's done it. Any sort of animation, anything has done this cliche before. And we as viewers, we're tired. We don't care that we know what your plan is. We don't care that you're about to beat us to a pulp. We don't care. We just want to see the fight scene. Don't gloat or humiliate before the fight, during the fight, and after the fight. Just shut up and fight. Just do that. In the show, they do that. If the character is the villain is gloating, and Saitama doesn't want to hear it, or any other characters want to hear it, they kind of just go in and just kind of attack him mid gloat, and if it's not Saitama, they're gonna have a hard time, most likely. But they kind of just poke fun of it, and it's kind of entertaining to watch how they do it. It's just one of those yay moments for me. We also the other thing is that the characters don't really react to overdramatic plots. They just don't. Like, if something really, really, really major happens, most of the characters don't act like typical shonen anime characters. As in, they don't, I can't think of a thing. They don't like, oh my god! They don't do that. Oh man, that's gross. That's disgusting. That's gross. Sorry about that break. I had to clean up cat vomit because my kitty cat decided to throw up, and it was kind of gross. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about overreacting. They don't overreact in the anime. Like, some do, but it's not like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I'll hope it's not. It's not like that. At most, you'll hear from like the NPCs, and even then, it's not even as bad as some animes where it's just nuts. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I'm looking at a script, but I forgot what I wrote. The villains, the power-ups. The power-ups in the show are really good. The animation is awesome. The colors are amazing. The effects are astounding, but they mean nothing. And what I mean is, when you're fighting somebody who can one-punch anything, no matter how big, the bigger you are, just the messier it's going to be to clean you out. And the best example I can think of is the Carnage guy from the Science Experiment. He was like a beetle thing. I think his name was Kabuto, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but it was like Carnage something. And he got big, and when Saitama got mad, when he didn't tell Saitama what he did to get strong, well, he told them he did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10K run every day. He called BS, and he got bigger, got madder, and he's punching Saitama everywhere. Mind you, this goes back to Saitama's carefree attitude, when this dude is literally just punching him like a ping pong ball. Saitama is thinking about the day, which is Saturday at the time, thinking about a sale at his favorite grocery store. That's all he's thinking about. And then when he finally realizes that this Saturday is today, he just like falcon punches this dude, and then the fight's over. Then him and Genesis leave. Talk about melodramatic. Like, no one is shocked as I was laughing too hard. Genesis just like, hi, let's go. And Saitama's just walking, and then the guy who witnessed the whole thing is just like, what the hell was that? Like, even he's confused. I had to move it down. Even he's confused. Like, holy cow. It was just most of the characters in the show, they don't react the way you think they react. Like, even some of the main heroes don't even have the typical appearance of like what you think a hero is. Some of them are really big and muscular. I think it's only 2 female heroes, and they really are openly sexual about their appearance. Like, you know, some animes, whenever they go into superhero mode, or if they get into their hero armor or uniform, it's like short skirt or really low cut shirt or stomachs out. These girls don't do that. The most you'll see is like a leg, and if one part of the episode you'll see like a butt. Like, you'll see a panty, not really a panty shot because the back of the dress kind of stops it, but you see a cheek. But that's at most for the female characters. Let's see, carefree, secondary characters alike. Oh, the show actually makes you think about something important. Heroism. Is somebody an actual hero? When is heroism defined by someone's power, or not, or is it the knowledge of power? Like, as in, if someone can't save one person or anybody or a group of people, are they still classified as a hero even if they tried their hardest to do so? Which in the show, that's a lot of the heroes in association. They can save some people, sometimes not anybody. You know? I apologize for any breaks. It's kind of weird over here. I have like a family of like 6 people, so I kind of have to cut off a lot. But anyways, back to the heroism question. I personally don't know how to answer that question. What do you guys think? Does it make someone a hero even if they can't save anybody? Does it make them a hero if they don't have any powers? What makes somebody a hero, and what makes them non-hero? Just a little thought. Like, the show makes you question that through the entire thing, and I love that. And, you know, it's also just a fun anime to watch. It's a comedy. even if you don't care that it's a parody or makes fun of cliches, if you just want to have a good laugh, just watch the show. It's freaking hilarious. And yeah, it's a little gory, but it's not too bad. It's not like Genocyber, which was just holy crap, too much gore for me. Cool, but still, it still has some gore. You'll see organs here and there and blood, but it's not too bad. But I think it's time to wrap it up. I'm just calling it a day. It's getting way too long, anyways. But it's just one of those, things that you just watch it. And if you have seen it, let me know what you guys thought about it. And if you're gonna see it, where are you gonna watch it? And who's your favorite character? Just thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I will see you guys later. Bye!